What areas do you want the guys to improve after the All-Star break? What are things you're looking at towards the home stretch that I want us to be better at this or better at that?
I think it's every area of our program, pushing for excellence in every area. Not perfection, but just every day, can we contest every shot? Can we white in front the post every time we're supposed to? Can we sprint and turn in transition? Because to a man, last year when we lost in the finals, that was what our guys talked about. It was it wasn't one or two things, it was everything that we talk about we can do better. Because to win the way we want to win, you're not going to sneak up on it. You're going to have to apprehend it. And I just think that's the way we should approach it. I don't think there's one thing you can say, hey, we got to just do this, and it's everything. And when you listen to the teams who had to struggle to win it, that's what they talked about. They were it wasn't just one thing. It was we had to improve in every area to have a chance. And if you can do that and give yourself a chance, that's all you can ask for.
Okay. Lastly, if you were the NBA commissioner for one day, what would you change about the game, the league, whatever?
Smoke. NBA commissioner for one day. It's just too many things I'd want to change. I couldn't. One thing.
Well, it didn't have to be just one. I just thought one might be easier. I guess that.
There's a number of things that I would change. I would widen the court. I think that's something that would make the game more exciting.
This way or this way?
The width of the court. Too many guys step out of bounds trying to make dynamic plays. I think it slows the game down. Two, I probably would add more all-star positions because I think guys get left out, but then you probably have all kinds of guys left out. And then I'd probably implement some big-time programs for retired players. Okay. I know we have some, but you keep hearing the stories of retired players who are going through tough times. And I think somehow, some way, we got to figure out how to, take care of those guys, the ones who paved the way for us to be in this position. And four, I'd figure out a way to get Pop in the Hall of Fame right now. I don't know why he has to wait.
We're waiting,
it's the silliest thing I've ever. I don't get that. But I don't even know if that's under the commissioner's wheelhouse. But I'd figure out a way to get that done.
Right.
And there's probably a few other things I would do, but those off the top of my head. And I do feel like we have to figure out a way to, whether it's a salary cap or. We just got to figure out a way to reward. I'm not going to get into penalizing guys who sit out, but I think you got to reward the guys like Chris and Book who play every night. Yeah. And we always talk about the guys who sit out. Right. I don't want to go there.
Right.
Let's reward the guys who play every night and compete every night.
Okay.
That to me is something that should be in the salary cap. Because I think what everybody keeps talking about is the owners are going to come back and figure out a way to penalize.
Right.
Well, I don't know if you're going to be able to do that.
Right.
But you can reward these guys who every night understand the responsibility of playing in front of a crowd, giving it to the organization. Find a way to reward those guys.
It's almost like perfect attendance, where you get
You don't even.
Yeah.
You don't even hear that anymore.
Right.
We keep talking about the guys who don't play.
Right.
I don't want to get into that because I don't want to be disrespectful, but I think you can't reward the guys that do play.
Wow.
There's a number of guys the Tim Duncans, the Kobes, the Dirks, who understood the responsibility of being that guy.
Right.
When you're a max guy, they were like, I'm playing.
Right.
Mikal, he's a guy
the game his whole career.
He just wants to play.
Right.
So I'm not going to get into that other side of it. But the guys who do play, I think they should be rewarded. And you may say, well, they already make a bunch of money. Yeah, that's why they make a bunch of money.
Right.
Because they play every night and they produce. And we got to figure out a way to, even if it's just, mentioning it, talking about it. Because right now all we do is talk about the guys who don't.
Right.
The guys who sit out, or the guys who, whatever that looks like. And then you have these guys who look at it as a disrespect to the game for them to sit out.
Right.
Somehow, some way, I figure out a way to reward those guys.